Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is not a traditional kart racer. It's a game that's skill-based, mastery-based, exactly what a kart racer is rejecting and running away from. And I'm here to guide you to becoming the best player and knowing how to squeeze out as much fun from those 70 depression-infested, anger-inducing dollars as you can. I'm not going over basics and common sense. An easy-to-grasp, hard-to-master game like CrossWorlds only requires a guide for the pro stuff. So there are two fundamentals of becoming a Sonic Racing CrossWorlds pro. First one is the movement. The core of movement is turning as tightly as you can whenever you can, as turning more tightly makes all charges faster, leading to better boosts. However, if you do that, you will hit walls way more easily. And that's the risk versus reward element. If you're a good player and you have good handling, you can spam drift and spam it tightly like a maniac. But if you're not great, or if your handling stats are low, you shouldn't do as much of that. Finding your ideal skill level is key. The second fundamental is item usage. You should always squeeze out as much benefits from the items as possible, the opposite of spamming them or using them out of pure desperation. You should consider what sorts of conditions the items are most effective in and use them in there with perfection. Examples are using boost whips, omochows, and trucks for off-road skips, and etc. That was enough for ground driving, so I'll quickly go over the other transformations. The boats can feel clunky once you don't know them, but they're really satisfying once you get used to the charge jumping. The same things as on ground with drifting counts for the water, aside from the difference that to effectively turn, you should jump in the opposite direction of the turn. With the air, it should be the same thing as on ground, but with the consideration of verticality. But you will not know how to play it properly if you don't aim for anywhere. Only until I had real targets, I could stop flying like a clown. Don't repeat my mistakes. You should target rings, items, dash rings, and the top of the transformation portals. The air boost, ring cyclone, magnetizes rings, so aim for them if you're not in 100% rings. All transformations share the trick system to some degree, and there's some deepness to it. If you're charging a drift in a ramp, you get to keep it charging in the air. You can even release it in the air, but if you trick on the same direction you're drifting, you will trick and keep your drift charging. Same thing for boats and charge jumps, except releasing them in the air makes you boost instead of jump. Now moving on to the items gameplay of Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, the thing that will get you in first places to begin with. So I'll go over what your strategies should be from first to last place. If you have any throwable items, could be attacks or traps, and you are being targeted, wait to see what's the target, face it from the back either with a drift or going forward, then hold back on the analog stick, hit left trigger, and you block the item. Don't worry about precision, there's a wide homing to blocking items with a back throw. Just don't back throw sideways to the projectile, as that will not block it. Gosh, is it satisfying to master this. For last places, only use the drill or the monster truck when close to other racers so you can hit them all and take advantage of turning with the drill to attack people. If you're charging a drift/jump, let go before using the drill or the laser wisps. They are completely cancelled once you activate them. If you're in the middle places, you should use a bit of both, but don't worry, the items shape your strategies on their own. You might very well now be wondering about what gadgets or gear you should use. And my answer is that it's subjective to what your struggle is. For example, I want to optimize my movement better and be more punished with hits, as that will push me to play defense more smartly. So I got all gadgets that make charges faster. But there are still some game-changing ones like the fourth charge gadget that gives you a freaking shield that completely changes how you play. But those are more exceptions than anything. Most gadgets change priorities at most and give you brand new situations to use items in. Not trashing them or anything, because they're actually awesome. I use Shadow, which is a speed character, but my vehicle parts are optimized for handling, which is the most overpowered stat in every kart racer, and because again I wanted to focus on turning. So use the ones that help you the most with what you struggle with, same for stats. And with all that said, bye bye.